the TCM Health Betterment update for August 2024. I'm Dr. Clement Ng. This is my quarterly sharing to all my participants and for all who has been invited by my participant to come on board to learn something about how Chinese medicine can help you in progressively in your life, and we can see how we can journey this life journey together. So this is me, TCM and you, and allow me to introduce myself to those who are new to me. I'm Dr. Clement Ng. I'm a TCM practitioner from Singapore, and I'm currently the chairman for the technical committee on complementary medicine and health product, looking into the standardization for complementary medicine, Chinese medicine, health product, cosmetic in Singapore. And I'm the president for Singapore Acupuncture Association, leading a group of TCM practitioners, acupuncturists, providing professional services to fellow Singaporeans. And we do also participate in international conference. If there's an opportunity, we can meet you overseas, that's fine. And I'm also the head of dedication for the ISO TC 249, international standardized organization looking into the standards for the world in terms of in the area of TCM. And I'm representing Singapore as an executive director in the World Federation of Chinese Medicine Society in their 5th Executive Council. And I'm also appointed the vice president in this committee in Standard Construction Committee, helping to shape the standards for TCM for the world. And I'm also the committee member in World Federation of Acupuncture and Moxibustion Society in their standardization working committee. So there's something about myself. So allow me to also share about my company, TCM and YOU. So what's TCM and YOU? TCM and YOU was set up and conceptualized way back 2003 as a website dedicated to those who need to know and want to know about what Chinese medicine can help you. But subsequently, as time goes by, to what you need to know about TCM to become a beautiful you, a stronger you, a calmer you, a smarter you, and a healthier you. These are the areas that whereby I believe is something that every one of us are looking for. To be beautiful, to be stronger, to be calmer, to be smarter, and to be healthier. So all my products, all my services, all my trainings are basically surrounded these 5 U, the needs that we are all of us are looking forward to. So I have been developing training program in this area since 2016, aligning with the Singapore SkillsFuture framework. And going forward, I'll be introducing a series of products, starting with teas. What you can do to drink teas in this particular concept, and I'll share with you all of you in due time when the product are more or less in place. So that's something about the company. And what we're going to cover in this particular sharing that I do in quarterly is to learn how seasonal climatic changes will impact our health. Chinese medicine advocate preventions. And personally, I see that this is something good to know and good to let everybody know. So you need to know what to prepare for yourself in the coming month. Some of the, we call it prediction or knowledge that I gained through generations of predecessors before me, what they have come across and what they have put in place are something it's good for us to take reference with. So that's something that I would like to share with all of you and a course preview and some discussion along the way. And for me to do this is for one simple reason. There's always an argument whether knowledge and skills. For example, we are talking about the SkillsFuture for those who are in Singapore. Knowledge and skills are important. But the case is, are you healthy? If you have knowledge and you have skills and you are healthy, you have everything with you. But there's a very cruel fact that the moment the health is gone, whatever knowledge that you may have will not be there anymore. And as a practitioner for the last 15 years, I've been practicing since 2009. Yes, correct, 2009. We have seen many healthy, fit individuals subsequently collapse because of health when they are very young, 40 plus, 50 plus. So that prompted me to develop this program the essential TCM skills for health and wellness practitioners. And the reason for highlighting this is important from the TCM perspective. These courses are currently SkillsFuture and UTAP approved. So for those who are still yet to use your fund, and you are considering using your fund, this is a time you can consider whether you want to invest in some training in the health. Because in the TCM perspective, the grading of a good healthcare practitioner is as follows. A superior healthcare practitioner prevents illnesses. That is, we look into the health betterment and maintenance of health, take precautions, disease prevention as priority. And that's something that personally I advocate myself to be one. And that's the reason I focus in conducting health training, telling you that one day you may be sick. I'm not cursing you. I'm telling you that these are something that we have to know. So this is a health betterment. Then a mediocre healthcare practitioner attends to impending illnesses. When I see something, early intervention with preventive medicines, observe gradual changes and treat illnesses during the onset. This is important. You can see something. And this is aligning perfectly with the modern medicine approach of evidence-based. And an inferior healthcare practitioner treat actual illnesses. That is, when you are sick, treatment of illnesses when symptoms occur. Manage the illness condition and prevent further complications. So there's nothing great when something already been evidenced. When you can see something and see they are sick, what can you do about it? You're already sick. So the idea is these mediocre healthcare practitioners. So for those who happen to be Singaporean, I encourage all of you to sign up Healthier SG because that is something that from the modern medicine perspective, at least you can start doing something for early intervention to take care of preventive medicines. And if you are keen, you can learn something about health before illnesses onset. That's where in my entire series, I have this program of TCM Fundamental Essential Diagnosis, Meridian Knowledge and Skills, Basic Acupressure Massage, Basic TCM Medicated Diet, TCM Pediatric Care and Application. Some of you have attended all these classes, and I appreciate and I thank you for joining me in this program. I believe you will learn something from all this. And there's also another series of women's health, TCM perspective, pain management, stroke and stroke secure management. Why I highlight stroke and stroke secure is because every hours in Singapore, one person will be having a stroke. And around us, we definitely learn and know somebody who has a stroke before. And 1 in 4 of us here in this class will have a stroke in their lifetime. And this is a fact. So this is something that I believe is good to know because knowing it and when it happened, or knowing it when somebody around you happened, at least you know what to do and what to prevent. And sub-health management is something that good to know because only 15% are truly sick, another 15% truly healthy. The rest of us are belong to sub-health category. So this is something that in my program, I have aligned. And I've tried to have more courses, but I suppose the authority have other thing in mind. So I'm hoping for the continuity of my series of program, but I believe it's a stretch. So anyway, nevertheless, you are welcome to join in the remaining months for all these courses if you still have the funding. If not, you can still continue to join by paying full fee. So let me share about what we're going to discuss tonight on terms of the short sharing and an hour of free sharing on TCM approach in health betterment. TCM approaches to health betterment simply starting from the early beginning. Chinese medicine can be traced way back 5,000 years with evidence of records. And the basic principle in terms of the health betterment is just the following 4-liner. To prevent before disease strike, prevention. This is important. Telling someone that if you don't do something well, you may be sick. We are not trying to say something bad about somebody. And also I like highlight a particular myth. There's a lot of people have this misunderstanding. A very fit person is not equal to a very healthy person. A healthy diet that you're currently taking may not be as healthy as it's supposed to be for your body constitutions. So this is something you have to acknowledge because to each his own, A man's meat is another man's poison. So as we learn something along the line, it's very important to prevent before disease strike and to interception before pathological changes. Interception. This is why in the event you have some illnesses, what can we do to make sure that the illness stay where it's supposed to be? Will a diabetic condition kill you? Answer is no. It's the complication of the illnesses that eventually causes harm to individuals, including can have hypertension kill you? No. If you're well managed, you can coexist happily for the next few decades that you're there. So to interception before pathological changes. And a very important thing is to nourish after the recovered from disease. Many people ignore this particular incident. When we are sick because of certain pre-condition that resulted in our so-called illnesses, after we so-called recover from the illness, will the same disease and virus affect us again? The answer is yes. So it's very important for us to look into how we can nourish ourselves after recovery to prevent disease. And all these are basically have to look into the following according to season and timing, locality, and individuals. And that brings me to our sharing tonight. The article that I send to all of you every quarterly. Some of you have seen it for multiple times, but every time I'll put something new, so don't worry. So we are talking about according to season timing, locality, and individuals. So what is a solar terms? From the UNESCO point of view, solar term is an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The 24 solar terms, knowledge in China of time and practices developed through observation of the sun's annual motion. It has been inscribed in 2016 on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And for those who are not aware of this, take a look at the video.
The 24 solar terms is a knowledge system and social practices through which the Chinese organize their perception of astronomical laws and their relation with the natural world. Ancient Chinese divided the circle of the annual motion of the sun into 24 equal segments. Each segment was called a jieqi or solar term. Hence, the 24 segments are collectively called the 24 solar terms. They are beginning of spring, rainwater, insects awakening, spring equinox, fresh green, grain rain, beginning of summer, lesser fullness, grain in ear, summer solstice, lesser heat, greater heat, beginning of autumn, end of heat, white dew, autumnal equinox, gold dew, first frost, beginning of winter, light snow, heavy snow, winter solstice, lesser cold and greater cold. In international meteorology, this cognitive system of time has been given the title of the fifth great invention of China.
So that is a background understanding of what is solar term. So where is Singapore? This is the Earth. To be a good TCM practitioner, there's a saying, you have to understand geography. You need to understand what we call the weather. Okay? 上知天文,下知地理. So this is a geography. So we have an equator right here. This is the equator. So where is Singapore? Observe the blink right here. So you are, for those in Singapore, you are aware that there's this particular place known as 1 North. So where is Singapore? Singapore is a 1 degree north. So what it implies is Singapore, in terms of the geographical area, in terms of solar term, while many of those living around the equator like Singapore always commented that they don't experiencing 4 seasons. But the fact that we're 1 degree north, however, depending on whether you are north or south of the line, the equator line, the general weather pattern follow that hemispheric seasonal changes. And the following is a Singapore average temperature over a period of 30 years. So this is what we have. And I have checked the latest up to 2020, the shape still look the same. So I decided not to change. So in this graph that we see here, our weather changed according to what happened in the northern hemisphere. So you notice that when the northern hemisphere entering summer, May to July, we are also the hotter seasons. So what happened when the following month they're coming? The autumns will be coming. So there are significant symptom changes. A symptom on our body responds significantly to the changes in the weather. So you notice in the past couple of months that I share in May, when I in May I have conducted the trainings. I have some recording as I told all of you here. In the month of May, mentioned in my May sharing, that for those residing in Singapore located 1 degree north of equator, we went through a uniquely Singapore summer, characterized by hot, humid climate coupled with thundery shower, damp heatiness. So this is a past recording.
During this period, Singapore which is just 1 degree north of equator, 1 degree north, 1 north, will enter a uniquely Singapore summers. So be prepared for warm weather all the way till July. It characterized by hot and humid climate coupled with thundery shower. So you observe that during the day, it will be very hot and suddenly it rain. Hot, it rain. So it transfers to what we call damp heatiness solar term. Are we at the hottest yet? Answer is no. It will eventually hit June, July period. And typically you'll peak around August. We call it the chill lao hu.
Wait, nevertheless, this is what I have shared in the May period. So you see me wearing the same shirt, only different, hair different. That's all. So what happened next is during the solar term changes. For example, in August, September, October. Now July, you are feeling hot. The weather will become hotter and drier. These are the two significant characteristics, the profile of the weather you need to know. You'll be drier, you'll be hotter. So what happened? What you need to do now is to understanding that this weather, and coupled with due to the El Nino effect that was happening in the past few months, high temperature will persist until the end of July, around here, after which the weather will become drier. So this is what we are going through right now. So I hope those who attended my previous wellness sharing have adopted recommended health practices to proactively prevent possible symptoms. Those conditions such as what we call the damp heatiness condition. You have eczema, itchiness, and so those itchiness condition that you've been experiencing in the past couple of months, bear with it. In a few weeks' time, the itchiness will go away. Because damp heatiness condition is a conducive factor to draw out your eczema symptoms. And as we enter the dry season, there are a lot of people up north being killed by the heat wave. So in Japan, in America, in India, a lot of people are dying of heat. So luckily we have aircon in Singapore. So according to solar term, on 7 August 2024, today, so I picked the right time this time around. We are exactly on the day where it changed. So we will welcome a new solar term, beginning of autumns. So during this period, what happened? The seasonal transition due to El Nino induced heat that is still ongoing. The dry southwestern monsoon, you're likely to feel even hotter and drier. So you can have some occasional passing shower, but immediately you become dry. You don't believe me, try to go to the park. For example, every morning when I'm free, I'll go to a park in Upper Thomson. We call it the Casuarina site. When you enter the so-called the forest, the ground is very dry. So going forward, the ground will be drier. And for those who are planting, you'll notice that all your plant, the water, the leaf get drier faster than normal. So many people are experiencing morning dryness in their throat, and the dry cough with phlegm. So wake up in the morning very dry. I started experiencing this condition right now. So in TCM, this phenomenon classified as autumn dryness, chill town. So understanding that this is a dry conditions, so what must you do? That's why I'm highlighting this class. So according to the season itself, the climate during the beginning of autumn is a transition from hot to cool, and marking a period where yang energy gradually recedes and yin energy will start to increases. Slowly, you feel that your leg getting heavier. So those with yang deficiency will start feeling the cold as time progresses. How you feel? You start notice that your leg become heavier and heavier for no reason whatsoever. I'm a yang deficiency person. I'm very sensitive to when the cooling weather come into play. As I told many people while I'm sitting here, talking to all of you, I'm putting a towel on my legs. So I'm in the air conditioner room, by the way. So what happened? However, the residual summer heat will persist and the hot and humid weather will continue until the mid to late October. So this is the pattern you see. August, we peak into hotness. It will dry, and subsequently what happened? You will basically peak around this period. So in October, you started experiencing a very hot couple of days, about a week or so. Then suddenly it turned very cold. This will be what happened in the coming months. And although this so-called, we may enter a La Nina phenomena. A La Nina phenomena is basically a wet weather come after a La Nina, El Nino effect of conditions. So in the near future, forest fire in the neighboring country are still occurring sporadically. I have a check on NEA website, and that is true. There are still a couple of hot spots in the Sumatra area. So with the arrival of the southern monsoon, we will also face certain haze issue. The haze may not be very great this year, according to the weather forecast, but it's important for us to understand such condition still may happen. Haze, is haze harmful? For the TCM perspective, haze enter the body through the mouth, the nose, enveloping the entire body. And the lungs govern the skin and the body hair, oversee the respiration. So both the skin and the mouth and nose will directly encounter the haze. So what happens is it can lead to conditions like chest fullness, wheezing, itchy skin. And for those with respiratory conditions, it is advisable to take more proactive preventive measures, improve their condition, and boost their immune systems. So as I advise to a lot of people, please continue to wear your mask. There's nothing wrong with wearing masks nowadays. It's become part of us anyway. So this is something that you can take notes. While the haze may not be there, as what I have checked with a lot of people, but the fire never stop burning. So it all depends on when the wind will blow. So in TCM perspective, in the coming month, the fire element in TCM fire element theory, the lung system corresponds to the matter and is emotionally linked to sadness and emotion. So this part of where we are discussing right now, when those people who are weak in the lung systems, a typical character that we like to highlight is the individual we found in the book known as The Dream of the Red Chamber. The so-called the key character by the name of Ling Daiyu, she cried a lot. She's a very sad figure. What happened and why she behaved that way? She suffered from tuberculosis. So there's a weakness in the lung. So should they come across someone who tend to be more sad and in depressed mode, he or she may be weakened in the lung systems. So after the beginning of autumn, the hot and dry weather coupled with the haze, it can lead to lung-related issues such as dry mouth, dry nose, cough, and dry skin. And these are important knowledge. As I highlight in my class this morning, many TCM practitioners will start to stockpile cough-related medication right now because chances are you will come if you don't take care of yourself. So these are something that hopefully through this course that you attend, you learn something and you make sure that when the rest are all coughing, you are not coughing. And that is a ultimate aim. And how to prevent yourself? We can take a lot of things right now. I believe all of you have all these things at home, or you can prepare something, you can buy something along the way. So we need to be mindful of friends and relatives around us who may experiencing such emotional imbalance. For those who are depressed, because people are also more prone to feeling of sadness and depressions. Why? We observe that all the leaves start to drop, although the leaf drop has nothing to do with us. But to a lot of people, when the leaf turn brown, when the flower withered, they feel sad as well. So if you have friends around you happen to be like that, please be more mindful of what they are and how they are. So this helps a lot. So these are something we can take notes. And some health betterment approaches for the coming months. So what can we do in the coming months? Such as, we emphasize prevention is better than cure. And I always stress the importance of disease prevention and how weather changes affect our health based on different body constitutions. And I also stress one particular important statement here: health betterment as a daily activities. Something you can do every day. Eat what you need to eat, drink what you need to drink, and everyone needs to take personal responsibility of their own health. Nobody owe you your health. You have to take responsibility of who and what happened to you. And I always highlight a statement: when the children are healthy, the parents, the father, mother will be happy. When the father, mother are healthy, the children will be happy. So that's our personal responsibility to make everybody happy. So take note of this. And we want to highlight, during this period, health preservation methods should focus on relieving summer heat while paying attention to prevent dryness and upper respiratory tract diseases by nourishing yin. So yin nourishment is the most important part of it. And there are some important herbs you can consider later I share. You need to moisturizing the lung. Make sure your lung is moist, not dry. By the time your lung becomes dry and you start to pour water on it, it's too late. So take for example, I'll share a bird nest later. When you are having a cough, taking a bird nest is useless because it's too late. So you should prevent it from happening. And you need to generate fluid. So in the event you already have dryness, you have to generate fluid. This important statement here for Chinese medicine is, when you are thirsty, when you drink water, the water doesn't help, because only the fluid generated by the internal body, the body will absorb. The simplest way to do that is just bite your teeth. When you bite your teeth, what happens? Your tongue, below your tongue will start to salivate. And the salivation will produce a fluid that when you swallow in, you can immediately absorb by the body. And this is exactly how a bird nest looks like. And for those with weaker constitution, it is also advisable to strengthen the spleen and to boost qi. So strengthening yourself, building your immunity is something evergreen. So this is something you can consider. Daily diet should include food that moisten dryness and generating fluids. So you can have pear. A pear that is raw is considered cooling. So if you are hot, you can take a raw pear. But if you want to moisten your lung, what must you do? You have to boil your pear. So lily bulb and pear go well together. White fungus with pear go well together. Red dates, water chestnut, honey, monk fruits. Monk fruits called 无花果. Monk fruit is currently being termed as what we call the sugar replacement. There exists monk fruit powder out there as a means to replace sugar. And we talk about bird nest. I want to share about bird nest. Lately, I have been exposed to a lot about bird nest. What is a bird nest? Bird nest is called a already harvest. It sweet and neutral. It enters the lung, stomach, and kidney system. So it's not just about entering the lung alone. So you can nourish the lung in. So I mentioned in the coming season, with the lung exposure, important to nourish in stomach and help in overall constitution of the body. So it's a natural product, and this bird nest is only produced by swallow, they are preparing for the offspring and to build a house. So this was during when their body are rich in nutrients and they produce and make this bird nest. So some common illnesses in this season you have to be beware of. And if you belong to those I highlight with the weak upper respiratory conditions, you should be more aware of what to do in the coming month. For example, under the influence of the cooler and drier conditions, some illnesses will occur more frequent during this period, such as upper respiratory illnesses from the nose to the throat, dry throat, sore eyes, sinusitis, allergic rhinitis, cold, and cough. Those with lung deficiency, chronic fatigue. So if you are those who already who are those lung deficiency, you tend to have what we call we call it hyperhidrosis, sweaty palms, hand are cold. These are typically those with a lung deficiency. You're typically experiencing chronic fatigue, asthmatic behavior, bronchitis, pneumonia, and emotionally wise, stress, anxiety, and depressions. I call it SAD. I have a course on this. A book will be written soon. I just completed my diabetic book. So if you are keen, you can go to my website and take a look. And emotional stress. As the day progresses, the light time will gradually shorten. You'll observe the sunset getting earlier and earlier. So there's a tendency for people to develop a state of depression. So as I say, you notice the leaves start to fall. Although the leaf falling has nothing to do with you, you feel sad about it. So to continue what I share in regards to health, knowledge, and wealth, a lot of people consider wealth equal to health. This statement is never true. No matter how much you have, how rich you are, you notice that the moment you are sick, everything can be zero very fast. It can be wiped out in months. So this is where sometimes an ounce of preventions is worth a pound of cure. It's worth the pound of cure. So prevention is very cheap. But when you're really sick, it can be very painful. Whatever you earn, whatever you have saved for the past many, many decades can be gone in a couple of months. So wealth and health is never equal. So health is never. So how is the emphasis of paying attention to health? So now let's share some technique that we can consider and use. We start by discussing medicated diet. In the coming month, what can you do? But this is some courses later I share. So I share 4 medicated diet and plus one additional one I will highlight in short while. Lily, white fungus, and lotus seed soup. Honey steel pear, and lily almond, red bean porridge, chicken with lung yin nourishing soup. And I will also give you one more extra thing in this course that you're coming on board. So what is a lily bug, white fungus, lotus seed soup? These 4 ingredients, 3 ingredients, they all share a property of nourishing the lung, invigorating the body. So it can help to strengthen the spleen and stomach and soothe the heart and the mind. So take 220 grams of lily bug, 40 grams of white fungus, soak it. When they buy the white fungus, buy those are yellowish. So after you soak it, you turn white. These are considered all those herbs with what we call certain sweetness within them. When they are dry, they are typically a bit of the yellowish. So 15 grams of lotus seed, and these are already highlighted. All these herbs are known to be good in nourishing yin. So honey steel pear, as I mentioned, the pear, after you boil it, after you cook it, after you steam it, then we have what we call the yin nourishing property. So this particular formula here, what you can do is just take a pear. We call it chew li. Pear during the autumn season is the sweetest. And you buy seasonal fruits. We try to acquire seasonal fruits. So a pear is considered a seasonal fruit in autumn. And what you can do is remove the core, remove the seed, and you place a red date within it, and you can cover it, and you can steam it, or you can cook it. So this particular, they add some honey to the soup itself, nourishing the lung, relieving cough, promote fluid secretion, eliminate dryness. This can be consumed even though you don't have a cough. As I mentioned, during this season that we are going through, the weather is dry. And nourishing the lung is something that should be done continuously. And this for the next 2-3 months. And you have stock up for certain thing at home. For example, you have your own bird nest or bring it out and eat. I was telling my class, many of you here have buy a lot of herbs and put in your home for more than years. Then they ask me whether after a year can eat or cannot eat. So my advice to a lot of people is if you buy something, please buy within 6 months. Anything more than 6 months, put the thing in the shops. Next time when you need, then go and buy. Because our Singapore space are not very big. So my herbs are all fresh. That's the reason why. I only buy what I need just in time. You stock up the most 1 month, 2 months, not longer than that. Longer than that, put in the shops. Okay? Putting at home is a waste of the resources. So same thing for lily, almond, red bean porridge. So this is just throw the lily bud, 6 grams of almond, rice, red bean all together into a slow cooker. Then let it boil. It can clear the lung, moisten dryness, and address depressions. Because it helps. So then what happened? You got chicken with lung yin nourishing soup. And this is a formula that I created, or it's basically for long COVID. Those who after COVID, after cough, after flu, you can consider these herbs, Ethanophora, Opiopogon, because sarsen and maitong, plus woodberry red dates. For woodberry, is a lot of people have misunderstand the property of woodberry. Woodberry is not just good for the eye. Woodberry is good for the lung, good for the kidney, and the liver systems. So these simple herbs here, with some ginger and some chicken, they can help to nourishing in. And this play a part in, we call it the nourishing during the recovery of illnesses. So it's something that you can consider by acquiring what we call this chicken with lung yin nourishing soup, suitable for those who are recovering from cough or flu. And now I want to highlight this thing called the Easynest Birdnest. This is a type of instant bird nest. Within this packet itself, what we have here is called something called instance. 6 bottles of bird nest, 1.5 gram each of pure bird nest. This 1.5 gram is a dry bird nest, meaning the original bird nest will be about 3 to 4 gram at least. And this is come with a thermoflask in 100% pure bird nest. And what we have here is like that. How to prepare? Put the Easynest into the thermoflask, add the 100 ml. Anyway, just take a look at the video. So I'm basically highlighting quite instant blossom. This is a new brand that I created. I want something that are convenient and something that are of high quality and something can be easily consumed. For example, if you can travel, you can at home, you can just put this into a bottle and just put it on. So this is something you can consider. And I'm giving a 8% discount for all of you who attend this class. And later I'll send all these things to all those who have registered. You can consider later. So you can add sugar, red date, blueberry to it to help yourself if you want. So this is called instant birdnest. Acupressure massage point, I want to highlight 4 acupoints. During this condition, during this weather, we have to strengthen ourselves. 关元, 余悸、迎香, and 尺泽. All of this, there's a few on the lung and the large intestine meridian. So let's go through the point. First acupoint, 关元. Located in the lower abdomen along the mid-body line, 3 chun below the navel. 3 chun is basically 4 finger. For those that have attended the acupressure massage class or meridian class. So this is where umbilical, the navel, 4 finger down, is called 关元. 关元acupoint is an important Ren acupoint. And this acupoint helps to strengthen the energy of the body. And massaging 关元at this action can help to converge the body's yang qi. As I mentioned, as the weather going forward, you will be getting cooler and cooler, and that will happen. We have a hot. In the case of the weather changes, it follows what I call yin and the yang. When you go to extreme heat, next, the only way to go is to become cooler. When you go to extreme cold, the next thing will happen is become warmer. So up and down is a fact. Up and down is a natural sequence. So in this process, going forward, you'll feel cooler and cooler. So massaging this acupoint, placing something warm here will be helpful. It will be beneficial in maintaining health and strengthen the body. Kneading acupoint with both hands at the same time with a bulging sensation 2 times a day, about 1 to 3 minutes. For men in the class, you are strongly advised to massage this acupoint. It's a saying that anybody above the age of 50, the higher probability of you to have a certain prostate conditions. So massaging this acupoint can also help to improve circulation to your lower part of the body. Then next acupoint, known as Yu Ji, we call it a fish border. Yu Ji acupoint is located at the midpoint between the root of the thumb and the wrist. So this is the thumb, root of the thumb, and the wrist here. Basically, the first metacarpal bone. In the middle of the first metacarpal bone, massaging Yu Ji acupoint can help to relieve respiratory disease such as cold, bronchitis, pneumonia, and pharyngitis. But one important application of this acupoint, as a speaker myself, we do come across situations when our throat is very dry. So what can you do? As I mentioned, this is a first metacarpal bone. You gently press. My hand are quite distinct, the black and the red border. So here, the moment you feel along the border, as you push through it, you should come across a indented point. And that point itself is called the Yu Ji. So what you can do, later I share with you how to massage. Massaging this acupoint, you can use the thumb of the other hand to push along the Yu Ji acupoint. Or what you can do is simply just hold on to the point and rotate your thumb. As you rotate your thumb, observe something happen to your throat. You will salivate. So this point is very good to address dry throat. As I mentioned as a speaker, my throat becomes dry very easily because as I speak, I'm basically producing a lot of body fluid out. So using the Yu Ji point of the 2 hands to hit against each other 1 to 2 times a day, about 10 minutes. So you notice a lot of people out there doing this simple action. While they don't know what they're hitting for, actually they are hitting the acupoint known as Yu Ji. Okay, LU10. So, 迎香, welcome fragrance. This acupoint is located beside the nasal, 0.5 chun away in the nasolabial groove. This is a point. Cool. Next to the nose, this is the point. 迎香, the name itself implies a welcome fragrance. So for those who have stuffy nose stuck, and this is quite common during this period. Massaging Yingxiang point has a function of cleansing the heatiness, moistening dryness, and nourishing the lung visceral system to help to clear nasal congestions. If you go to my YouTube in TCM and YOU, YouTube, you're welcome to like and share, something like that. I have many good videos online. Those videos are not funny, so it may not attract your eyeball. But those videos are purpose. I've spent time editing it. And there's a facial massage video then you're encouraged to go and learn it. I massage my face twice a day, minimum. That's why no wrinkle. So this acupoint here, you use the side edge of your, whether I have here, okay. Using the edge of your index finger to rub for 20 to 30 times, 1 to 2 times a day. So what you can do, the edge of your finger, when you rub down, you use the strength up, you don't need. Down, down, down. You have to clear it. You will have to clear the nose. Okay? 迎香. And the next acupoint, 死者. This is called LU5. Located on the radial side of the cupid crease, the point is located with the elbow slightly flexed. So what you can do is like that, when you flex your elbow, you put your thumb on your elbow itself. If you move along with it, you should identify one particular area known as this is called a bicep tendon. There's a tendon right there. You can identify bicep tendon. On the outer side of the bicep tendon, you will be able to identify the acupoint. It's a depression. So while having a cough, and occur after a cold and fever, massaging 指者 acupoint can help to relieve the symptom and clear the phlegm from the lung. What you can do is you can press the point, press and just open and close your hand. This is a way of massaging. You don't need to keep using your thumb to press. For those who attended the acupressure massage class, you may have what I call a scrapper. Because using your finger to touch it can hurt your finger. Using a tool like a scrapper, this scrapper is also available on my website. You can just simply press it there, it helps. Alternatively, you have a marble. You can have a marble or tennis or tennis ball too big. Table tennis ball, you place it there and just clamp up on it. Apply some pressure. So 指者穴 LU5, when massaging using a thumb or one hand to knee the opposite side of the 指者, slowly knee for 20 to 30 times, then alternate to another hand 1 to 2 times a day. This will help. So mastering the knowledge and skills in health betterment is the best gift you can give yourself, your family, and your friends. And I hope to have more friends to come and learn methods in health betterment. As I mentioned, these courses that I have is pending, how should I say it? This series of program has been around for 2 to 3 years. And with the latest changes to the funding principle, but I always wonder what is the rationale behind the policymakers. I was one of them last time. I understand the rationale behind it. But what you expect somebody 65 and above to be certified for? Well, that's what I always wonder. If you can stay healthy, you are already helping the entire economy. So if you are keen to join, I will still have time to roll out some courses. I may not have time to run all the courses. You are welcome to join the course. And for the perspective of TCM, so this is a QR code that I'll send to all of you. And my series since 2022 are as follows: Fundamental and Essential Diagnosis, Meridian Knowledge and Skill class. This class will be starting in September, already scheduled. Meridian Knowledge will be 16th of August. Basic Acupressure Massage in September. Basic Medicated Diet already started yesterday. The Pediatric Care Application, I'll try to make it happen in September. There's a holiday in September, that's why a lot of things been delayed. Women Health will be conducted in about 2 weeks' time on the Friday evening. The Pain Management course will also start in 2 weeks' time. Stroke Management, 2 weeks' time. Sub-Health Management, yet to schedule. So these are courses that hopefully some of you have yet to attend. You can join. They are both SkillsFuture approved and UTAP approved. So should you fully utilize your SkillsFuture credit, if you're an NTUC member, you still can claim 50% of the course fee. And I also participate with people associations since 2006. So these are courses already there, and they are also SkillsFuture approved. And I can join more than 4,000 participants around Singapore right now. Some of you here are my participants, and thank you for joining me again. So you can scan this code. Later I'll send to all of you. There's no hurry. That you can continue to learn. And if you have any CC around you that would like me to have my courses with them, you can talk to them. and let them contact me. Because for me to reach out to them, sometimes it's very difficult. So this is something that if you're keen to allow your resident around you to learn about TCM course, I can be with them. And you can also join my other part of the Udemy. Udemy is an international platform where I have current since 2015. So you're welcome to join my courses on Udemy. And now join 6,400 participants worldwide coming from 149 countries. I can be assured that I'm the trainer in TCM with the most number of countries in the world. Because not China people can reach because they don't speak English. So to discover the ancient Chinese wisdom on Udemy. So you are welcome to join. And this is a discount code that you can get the latest and the lowest that Udemy can offer. So you can go to my Udemy website where now this is the latest. I have now 6,470 students worldwide. And I have other courses on why am I fat, long COVID symptom, acupressure massage for baby, chronic fatigue, anxiety. Now, this seasonal course that you're currently attending for free is actually charged to the world. So these are my courses you can consider attending class. So now we have all these 6,400 of them coming from 149 countries. So these are the country where I'm currently in right now. These are all my students worldwide. So I welcome you to join them. These are my students. So this is called Easynest. So this is something, as I say, now Birdnest, the traditional way of preparing a bird nest, you need to soak it for 45 minutes, cook it for 45 minutes. Now all you need to do is just put in the flask and you can finish it, consume it within 20 minutes. To me, instant is the way to go. And this is a way without cooking, and there's another product online, you can cook it as well. So this is something you can consider. And if you're keen, free delivery can be arranged as well. So that's about all for the current day today, 1 hour exactly. So I look forward to see you in the class. And thank you.